We're joined now by Steve Sanders, a professor of law at IU's Maurer School of Law. Welcome to the show, Steve. With Roe being overturned, can you just start by talking a little bit about what the fallout will be across the country and here in Indiana?
Well, I think there are going to be a variety of types of fallout. One, we will see states legislating, like Indiana, legislating new restrictions on abortion. Second, I think we'll see other states opening their arms and saying they would welcome women from more restrictive states to come and access abortion in those states. And third, I think inevitably we will see some women suffer serious, grave consequences from illegal abortions or from botched abortions. And so I think the fallout is going to take a variety of different forms.
So what this decision did was give the power back to the states. So in all likelihood, we're going to have a patchwork of
That's right.
laws.
Every state will get to decide for itself whether to have completely legal abortion, completely illegal abortion, or something in between. An 8-week waiting period, a 10-week period, a 12-week period. It'll be entirely up to states to decide, and we will have a patchwork. That's correct.
And I'm assuming states like Illinois are probably preparing for a flood of people from Indiana and across the Midwest coming there to access abortion.
I think Illinois, positioned where it is in the Midwest, will become a sort of Midwest abortion haven. Medication abortions and other non-surgical procedures, I think, will make it easier for these states to absorb more clients, potentially. They're probably, Indiana would be able to legislate what can happen in the state of Indiana, but Indiana would have a very difficult time preventing its citizens from going elsewhere to access medical services like abortion.
And that's what President Biden spoke about a little earlier this afternoon, just saying that will continue to be legal and he will do everything in his power.
There's a constitutional right to travel. States can prohibit their citizens from doing things within that state's borders. They can't prohibit their citizens from traveling out of states to engage in activities that are legal in those states or under federal law.
Okay. And now some states had these trigger laws in effect, so immediately abortion became illegal.
As of today, the law has changed in some states. That's correct.
But in Indiana, it's going to require this special session.
Indiana does not have a trigger law, and so as of right now, the law has not changed. But as soon as the legislature and the governor agree to something, they could have the law take effect immediately.
Okay. I want to broaden this out just a little bit to talk about the court, because President Biden he called it a sad day for the court today when he was speaking. Can you just talk about what this says about the direction the court is potentially headed?
I think this shows that the conservative majority in the court is now so brazen that it believes it can do what it wants to do. I'm a believer in a theory of constitutional interpretation that says the court shouldn't get too far out ahead of or behind where the public is. With the decision on guns, now with the decision on abortion, I think we see a Supreme Court becoming dangerously out of line with where a majority of Americans are.
Okay. It may be too early to speculate on this, but I know in 2016 there was some talk about adding justices when people saw the court going more conservative. What do you think? Is that going to be a real possibility?
I don't think anything like that could happen unless the Senate filibuster is addressed. In other words, I think, yes, there will be continued pushes for reform of the Supreme Court. Nothing like that has a serious prospect of happening until you change the Senate rules that now require 60 votes in order to do anything significant.
And we only have a few seconds, but I have to ask about Justice Thomas's opinion. He sort of alluded to the fact that we may see something about same-sex marriage and interracial marriage. Is that the path we're headed down?
Justice Thomas has always been sort of off on his own project, has always been a lone wolf. I don't think we're likely to see that immediately. I think the majority opinion went too far out of its way to give assurances that other areas of law like marriage or sodomy laws or contraception would not be affected. I think even this majority would be too reticent to do something like that immediately.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Happy to do it.
Thank you.